choosing to illustrate him, okay? The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2 with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. Did those guys really die on the way to first base?
No,
What happened,
out.
Colby?
They got out.
They got out. They were out at first base.
That's actually.
Why do you think the author says they died? Raise your hand, don't call out. Why do you think the author chooses to use that word died? What are you thinking, Austin?
Because, they were really bad.
Okay, they were really mad. Joshua. What's happening in the ball game? Is it the start of the ball game, Joshua? No, it's almost over, isn't it? And the first guy, what does he do? Okay, they died because the audience really sad. Colby, what are you thinking?
I think they say he died because he can't play anymore.
Can't play anymore?
He can't play anymore in the game.
Okay, can't play anymore in the game. He's done. Caitlin.
He's done for it.
I think that got out and then that oh
Yeah, right. So here we go. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to that hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought if only Casey could get a whack at that. We'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. Is this saying that Casey was awesome at baseball? Yeah. Is this saying that Casey was even more awesome at batting? Yeah.
This weekend I'm gonna go.
But Flynn preceded Casey, and so did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a Lulu, and the latter was a cake. Go ahead. What does that mean? The former was a Lulu, and the latter was a cake. What do you think, Calvin?
I want to eat 'em.
Are those guys good batters?
No.
Can we count on them?
Yeah.
No. Yes. Yes.
Some say yes, some say
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Those of you who say yes, raise your hand. Austin, why do you say that?
Even if they're bad, they can hit anything.
Oh, who said no? Who said no? What do you think it's Sam?
That if they're really bad, if they're really bad at it, then they really have a good chance to hit it, and then you would be able to count on them.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
here
but
we
you can
go.
still count on them.
So upon the
Yeah, but
stricken,
you hold you because it'd be unlikely to hit.
you ready? So upon that stricken multitude, grim melancholy sat. So that means everybody's really sad. Does the crowd think that they can count on them?
Yeah.
No, not like Austin. Austin is a believer, but the crowd is sad. They're like, no way, we can't count on these guys.
Anyone can hit.
For their, let me go on.
No, because they're bad.
I love your attitude, Austin. It's awesome, but we need to listen to what the crowd feels. They don't feel that they can count on those guys. Let's see what happens. For there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment at all. So Austin was right to believe in him. He got a single. He's on first base. And Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. He hit it so hard that the ball's cover came off of it. And when the dust had lifted and the men saw what occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. So now we've got Jimmy Flynn on third base. And we've got Jimmy at second base.
Jimmy might
And
win.
who's coming up to bat?
Casey. Look, Casey, we have to count on you.
Then from the 5,000 throats and more there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley. It rattled in the dell. It knocked upon the mountain and recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. So what's bouncing off the mountains? Are baseballs bouncing off the mountains? No. The cheers are bouncing off the mountains. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a
Smile.
on Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt, because Casey was at the bat. What do they think is going to happen, Griffin?
He's gonna hit the.
He's going to hit the ball. And what do you think he's going to hit? Is he going to get a single? Is he going to get a double? Is he going to get a triple? What's he going to get, Josh?
He's gonna get a double.
A home run.
I think he's gonna get a double. I think he's gonna get a double.
10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. And then while the riding pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed in Casey's eye. A sneer curled Casey's lip. Why does he have a sneer on his face? Gwyneth, why does he have a sneer on his face?
Because he's like, I'm gonna hit that ball.
I'm going to hit that ball so hard. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by, the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded speed. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. Was that a good move on his part?
No.
Yes! I know what he's doing. I know.
From the benches, black with people, there went a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand. And it's likely they had killed him, if not Casey raised his hand. Do they really mean to kill him?
No.
I hope not.
Get him out. They want to get him out.
With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone, and he stilled the rising tumult, and he bade the game go on. Rowan, pencil down, please. He signaled to the pitcher, now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Does he swing the bat this time, Sapphire?
Yes.
Yes, he does. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. The mighty Casey has
Struck
out. So now, on the other side of your paper, you're going to put a big number 2. You are going to do a close-up of Casey. What do you see in his face? Bummer, are you okay? What do you
what the
see
heck
in
was
his face?
I just did that right there.
No talking.
I just did that
No talking. Make Casey, if you want to draw him exactly the same way as you did in number 1, you may. But I would challenge you, listening, I would challenge you to add a speech bubble